Should you upgrade from the Google Pixel 6 Pro to the Google Pixel 8 Pro? Now, at the end of the day, it's up to you. I can't tell you which one you should upgrade to. It's also going to depend on two more things. How much money can you afford to spend? And software and security updates. So let's deal with the elephant in the room. So there's two elephants in the room. We're going to deal with them first. Now, when it comes to price, the lowest I saw the 6 Pro for on Amazon was $207. Okay, that's for unlocked 6 Pro. Now, I didn't see what condition it was. I don't know if it's excellent condition, renewed or not. You have to check that for yourself. And for the Pixel 8 Pro, the lowest I've seen it for was $439. So it depends on how much you're willing to spend. Now, keep in mind, these are 2 years apart. This came out 2021. This came out 2023, the 8 Pro. Okay. Now, this is something that's going to be important to a lot of people. Not everyone. Everyone don't feel the same about the situation. But when it comes to software and security patches, now keep in mind the 8 Pro just came out last year, so you're looking at least 6 more years of security and software updates. Okay, 6 more years because it just got Android 15. Now, what I just found out today is that the 6 Pro got an additional 2 years added to it. Okay, so you're going to end up getting Android 17. So you're going to get 2 more years of Android software updates and security patches. So if you have the 6 Pro, software and security patches are not an issue for you because you still got 2 more years left on this device. And then you may want to upgrade to this or maybe a newer Pixel. It depends on how much it is at the time. It could be because of the design. Maybe you like one design over the other. I don't know, but this is dirt cheap. $207. I mean, that's just crazy. So if you're a person that ever wanted a Pixel, now's the time to get one because you're going to be covered for the next 2 years if security and software updates are something that you have to have. But that's a dirt cheap price. But if you're someone that's thinking about upgrading from the 6 to the Pro, I'm only going to in this video, I'm only going to be talking about the differences between these two devices. Now, I may miss something here or there. I'm not perfect. I tried to be as detailed as I could. So I'm probably not going to mention everything that's different, but I'll mention the things that I feel as though that are important. So we done dealt with the price, and we've already dealt with the software update security patches. So like I said, this one has 6 more years left on it, the 8 Pro. This has 2 more years left on it, the 6 Pro. Okay. All right. So let's deal with the first thing, design. Now, this is subjective. What design do you prefer? Which one do you like best? Now, for the longest time, I didn't think I would like any Google Pixel design over the 6 Pro. I didn't, honestly, because I just like the way this whole camera bar wraps around the whole back of this device. Now, I know I got this case on here. Take it off. I just love the way this whole thing just wraps all the way around and it blacks out all the cameras. So this was by far, at the time, my favorite Pixel design phone. Not, without question. I just love it. But then I just recently got the 8 Pro. Take this case off. And now I'm not going to lie. Now this is my favorite design Pixel device. Now I know the 9 Pro is out, but we're not talking about the 9 Pro. And I'm sure that has a great design. It's a little different than this, but I'm talking about these two phones that's in front of me. Okay. This is now my new favorite design Pixel device, but you may feel totally different. You may like the Pixel 6 Pro design better. It's really up to you. Okay. So there's no question that the design of these two phones are different. Definitely different when it comes to design. Now, when it comes to build quality, there is a slight difference. The Pixel 6 Pro has a glass back with Gorilla Glass Victus and aluminum frame. Okay, so keep that in mind. Glass back, Gorilla Glass Victus with an aluminum frame. With the 8 Pro, you also have a glass back, but you also have a matte finish that's silky, smooth to the touch. But it comes with Gorilla Glass Victus 2 and an aluminum frame. So the only thing that's really upgraded here is a matte finish to the 8 Pro and Gorilla Glass Victus 2. Now, Gorilla Glass Victus and Gorilla Glass Victus 2, to me, there's really no big upgrade when it comes to that. You're going to get great protection for your glass on both. That's not a big deal. Okay? I mean, as far as I'm concerned. Now, with this just having a glass back, it's no fingerprints, but it has a different feel to it than the 8 Pro. You know, the 8 Pro has a different feel. Like I said, it feels very soft, and it's a matte finish, no fingerprints either. So it's just going to come down to you. Now, to me, this device also feels slightly wider and slightly heavier and thicker than this one. Now, whether that's actually accurate, I don't know. I'm just going by what it feels like in my hand. So when it comes to build quality, both are excellent, but it depends on, you know, if Gorilla Glass Victus 2, you have to have that as opposed to Gorilla Glass Victus. Then that's completely up to you. Or maybe you want a back with a matte finish as opposed to just a glass back. All right, let's talk about biometrics. Now, with the 6 Pro, you do have an optical in-display fingerprint sensor. You also have an optical in-display fingerprint sensor on the 8 Pro. But the difference is the 6 Pro does not have face unlock, but the 8 Pro does have face unlock. It has secure face unlock, so you can actually use it with your banking apps. And that's something that's important to me. I like that. Now, the downfall of the face unlock for the 8 Pro is that it is very, very poor in low light and no light situations. So long as you have optimal lighting, the face unlock works fine. But when you start getting into low light and no light, it's not going to open. Just unfortunate. I'm hoping Google will address this with some kind of software update where they can fix that, because it's needed. Because face unlock, we like the fact that it's secure, but we would like it to open in, you know, any lighting condition at all times. You know what I mean? Now, Flossie Carter says all the time, he don't care about security, you know, the face unlock being secure. He wants the face unlock to work all the time. And I don't blame him. I completely understand that. I really do. I completely understand that, because face unlock at the end of the day is about convenience. But for some people, I'm going to put these back in the case, they don't care about it working at low light. It just depends on the person. It just depends on you. Some people they just happy that they have face unlock, and also that it's secure, because the last Pixel that I remember having that had face unlock was the 4XL. It was either the 4XL or either the 3XL. And it definitely had secure face unlock, which I really liked. But I don't remember if it worked in low light or not. I just don't remember. All right, let's talk about these displays. Now, both of these displays are very different. This thing is so annoying. All right, sorry about that. So the displays here are very different. Boy. That's why I put the case back on. It's easy to handle with the case. Now you could clearly see that the 8 Pro is considerably brighter than the 6 Pro. Now with the 6 Pro, you do get a 512 pixel density. Okay, you're only getting 489 with the 8 Pro. But with the 6 Pro, you're only getting 777 nits of sustained brightness and 842 nits of peak brightness. So this display doesn't get very bright. But depending on who you are, it might be bright enough for you. You know, because I got it at max brightness right now. This might be bright enough for you. It just depends on who you are. Maybe a display this bright will cause you to, you know, will irritate your eyes. I don't know. It just, everybody's different when it comes to how bright they like their devices. Me, I like everything at 100%. So that's just me. But with the Pixel 8 Pro, you're getting 1600 nits of sustained brightness as opposed to only 777, and 4,500 nits. I'm sorry, 2,400 nits of peak brightness. Okay, and a 489 pixel density. So you're getting less pixel density, but at the end of the day, you really can't tell the difference because this phone is so bright, so vivid, so sharp, just full of beautiful, beautiful colors. You're not going to notice less pixels, honestly, when it comes to the density. But when it comes to just the overall brightness, this is the brightness I wanted the 6 Pro to have, but it just didn't have, which is very poor when it came to brightness. But 8 Pro definitely makes up for it big time. Okay, 1,600 nits sustained, 2,400 peak, 7.7 sustained, 842 peak. So you can see the difference when it comes to the brightness. It's not even close. So it depends on you. You prefer a super bright display, then you definitely want to upgrade to the 8 Pro. Now let's talk about the dual stereo speakers. Both of these devices, of course, have dual stereo speakers, but the 8 Pro completely annihilates and destroys the 6 Pro when it comes to overall sound and loudness. It's not even close. It's like night and day. These are some of the best speakers I have on any smartphone that I have, and I got a ton of smartphones. Okay, this is up there with the LG V60, up there with my Asus ROG 5 and my OnePlus 12. Actually, they get louder than the OnePlus 12. So the 8 Pro, if you're a person that you're about that having the loudest speakers you can have and excellent quality and bass and all that, you definitely want to consider the 8 Pro. No question about it. These speakers are not terrible, but they not even remotely touching the sound on the 8 Pro. It's just not. These were like you hear more of the lows. This one is just way better balanced and way louder. Next, let's talk about chipsets. Now, of course, you have the Tensor Generation 1 in the 6 Pro. This is when Google just started making their own chips for their devices. And of course, there are people out there that have had major issues with the G1 Tensor chip. They've had major issues overheating and the phone cutting off and all. I haven't had those issues, but there's some people that have. With the 8 Pro, you got the Tensor Generation 3. So of course, it's going to be better, more optimized. I haven't had any heating issues. Now, of course, I don't game. I usually don't use my phone outside and heat and all that. Usually when I'm outside, I'm always paying attention to my surroundings. I'm not on my phone like most people are. They just are so engulfed in whatever they are doing on their phone. They don't even pay attention to what's going on around them. I'm really hardly ever on my phone outside. Now, if I'm outside in my car, different story. But if I'm outside walking around, I'm always watching and, checking out everything that's going on. So, of course, you're getting an upgrade when it comes to the Tensor chip. You're getting 2 generations ahead of the Generation 1. So you got Generation 1, Generation 3. So you may, the performance to me is still exactly the same, but the battery life is definitely different. And we're going to talk about that in a minute. Now, with the battery capacity, with the 6 Pro, you're getting a 5,003 milliamp hour battery. Now, I don't know why they just went to 3. I don't know. But with this device, I've always gotten like a day and a half. So the battery life for the 6 Pro has been great for me. I can't speak for you. I can't speak for other people that have say they got terrible battery life. Look, everybody's battery life is going to be different. That's why it's always subjective. The way I use my phone, 100% brightness, highest resolution, always on display on the time, 120 hertz. I'm not a gamer. I don't use I don't use the camera a whole lot. I'm just on YouTube a lot, watch movies, read my Bible, surf the net, things like that. Now, when it comes to the 8 Pro, you get a 5,050 milliamp hour battery. And I said in my review of this phone, I'm getting 2 full days with moderate to heavy usage. Both are moderate to heavy usage. But on this, I'm getting 2 full days easily. Sometime I can get into the third day. Honestly, that's how good this battery is. Now, keep in mind, I just want to show you something real quick. Now, I got 9% left on this battery. Now I just dropped down to 8%. But check this out. That was 3 days ago. See, it was at 100% Saturday. I'm at Monday. Look at the screen time, over 6 hours. Now I've gotten easily, I think, over 8 hours of screen on time. But keep in mind, this is over almost 3 days. So the battery life on this device is awesome. I mean, zero complaints, zero complaints. And it's definitely better than the 6 Pro. Now, when it comes to cameras, with the 6 Pro, you're getting a 50 megapixel wide, 48 megapixel telephoto, and a 12 megapixel ultra wide. All right. Now, with the selfie camera, you're getting an 11 megapixel ultra wide that shoots video at 4K at 30 frames per second. So no 4K at 60 frames per second with the Google Pixel 6 Pro, if that's a big deal for you. You are getting 4K at 30, but no 4K at 60 on the front-facing camera. And keep in mind, only a 12 megapixel ultra wide. Okay. All right. Let's talk about the 8 Pro. Now with the 8 Pro, you're getting a 50 megapixel wide, 48 megapixel periscope telephoto, and a 48 megapixel ultra wide. With the selfie camera, you're getting a 10.5 megapixel ultra wide that shoots 4K at 60 frames per second. So with the 8 Pro, you're getting 4K at 60 as opposed to just 4K at 30 with the 6 Pro. And that's a good thing. That's a good. Now, I don't shoot at 4K at all. I shoot mostly everything in 1080p at 60. But you may be somebody that want to shoot at 4K. And it's nice to know you have the option to shoot at 4K at 60 as opposed to just being capped at 30. All right. Now, so the difference with these cameras, that ultra wide back here is 48 megapixels as opposed to the 12 megapixel ultra wide on the 6 Pro. Okay, so you are getting some camera improvements when it comes to the 8 Pro. Now, let me say this. I have to say this. Now, I've taken photos and I've done reviews on both of these devices, but I found that the photo quality of the 6 Pro is more consistent than that of the 8 Pro. Now, the 8 Pro camera is great. Don't get me wrong, but I'm talking about consistent photos. I'm a point and shoot type of person. Just pointing and shooting. I've had to fix more photos on this, and I have not had to fix any photos on the 6 Pro. Not saying that every single shot was great, because I'm sure some were, but it was way more that were great than I get on the 8 Pro for some reason. And when it comes to video, the video is not very stable with the 6 Pro, but it is very stable with the 8 Pro and nice and smooth. So the 6 Pro, in my opinion, takes better consistent photos, not better photos, better consistent photos than the 8 Pro. But the 8 Pro shoots way better video and it's much more stable. So last thing, now when it comes to software and AI, both of these are exactly the same. They have the exact same software and AI software. So the 6 Pro is going to get exactly what the 8 Pro gets when it comes to overall software and AI features. So there's no reason for you to upgrade to the 8 Pro simply because of software or AI. No, the same software is running both of these devices right now. Both have the same software and AI. Exactly the same. The only differences is the things I just shared with you. The slight differences with the cameras, the differences with the battery capacity and how long the batteries last, the chipsets, the dual stereo speakers, the display, the biometrics, the build quality, the design, the price, and the software and security patches. Those are the only differences between these two devices. Other than that, everything is pretty much the same. The button placement is the same. Okay, it's just the same. Pretty much everything is the same except for the things that I mentioned in this video. So now for me, I'm taking the 8 Pro because the brighter display, the secure face unlock, and not only just secure, I mean, not only just being secure, but just having face lock, period. The 6 Pro don't have face unlock. So the design, I like the design of the 6 Pro better. I like the way the Pixel 8 Pro feels in my hand as far as that velvety soft back. Not that I don't like the way this feels, because both feel super premium, but I just like that matte, velvety, soft feel to the 8 Pro. Okay, so I mentioned the design and the build quality. Also, the speakers are so much better. I mean, they just completely destroy the 6 Pro when it comes to speakers. And the video on here is better. Okay, the battery life is better. 2 full days. I can get a day and a half, but 2 full days. Sometime I can get it. Well, you see, I've already into the 3rd day with this. So 2 days, and I can also get into the 3rd day with moderate to heavy usage and longer software support. 6 more years left on this, 2 more years left on this. So at the end of the day, it's going to come, it's going to be up to you. You can get this, get a very high quality device, $200 basically. For this one, you're looking at least $440. So it's going to come down to a variety of things depending on who you are and what your needs are. All right, so should you upgrade from the 6 Pro to the 8 Pro? I can't tell you what you should do with your money and what's important to you. You have to make that decision. I'm just here to help. You got to decide which one works better for you, which one gives you what you are looking for in a smartphone. For me, I'm picking the 8 Pro for the reasons I just stated. So thank you all for taking the time to view this content. I do appreciate it. I hope everybody out there staying safe, staying well, and I'll check you guys out in the next one. Peace.